Hi guys, this is a video on Windows software. This time I'm talking about playing podcasts on your Windows computer. Now, if you don't know what a podcast is, previously I've talked about RSS. It's really simple syndication where you can basically aggregate information from several websites, put them all together and have them in headlines. That's basically what RSS does. Now, podcasts work in the same way, apart from you can have audio and video instead of just plain text. So you can get several episodes of content that a person has made, such as this. This is a screencast which is put on YouTube, what I'm doing now, where you can see my mouse is moving around. This is a screencast. Now I could deliver this over a podcast or a video podcast so you can get it on your desktop, but I just use YouTube. So either way, now the main program that people use to listen to podcasts is iTunes. Now I know some people aren't a big fan of iTunes, and I'll be going into an alternative in a second, but I'll just show you. There's a podcast thing in the library, you just click that. I've got a couple which are just comedy ones that I've been listening to, and it has its podcast directory, so it goes to the iTunes store, and eventually you can access these podcasts. Now they're free to download, so it's quite cool to have, because it streams it from wherever it's from and you can just basically listen to them, and sometimes you can download them, and well, I think all the time you can download them, and you can also put them on your iPod or anything like that, or music player that supports podcasts. I think it might only work with iPods, I'm not sure. Might be other players that support it. But yeah, and as you can see, there's like loads of like the top podcasters: Stephen Fry's, Russell Brand, Ricky Gervais, all these ones through the iTunes store. So podcasts are quite fun to have, but really, if you don't want to keep listening to music and stuff, you just want to have updating, because these all update as well. So you notice that I have several episodes of 8 out of 10 Cats, which is a program on TV, but they made a podcast out of it with just audio, and I can basically listen to all the episodes, and it's downloaded them all, and I can listen to them for free through the podcast. So this is useful. Now this is the iTunes way of doing it. I mean, if I just play one, just for example, it plays it and it's streaming it from the website.
This is Channel 4 Radio.
Yeah, I won't keep going into it, but it basically it's a TV series that they've put into radio. So this is podcasts, and you can make your own podcast as well, but that's something totally different. I may explain it in a future video. But yeah, so this is podcasts. Now if you don't like iTunes, because I know some people fear iTunes because it's a resource hog or something, or they don't like the fact that it's got so many processes because it monitors for iPods and things like that. There's one that I found. I just did a quick Google for another podcast player, and I came across Zypod, or Zypod I think. And basically it looks really nice, and it's really easy to use as well. So I'm just going to install it and show you. I'll make a desktop icon. So if you don't like using iTunes, or you use a different media player such as VLC or Windows Media Player, and you want to have something else for your podcasts, I recommend this iPod application. Now I'm just going to run it. This is the first run. Now you'll notice it says this may not be the first run, because I've used it before and it might have saved my subscriptions. No, it hasn't. Oh well. But you'll notice it says, what is a podcast to begin with? It is a way of publishing audio-based content on the internet, much like short radio shows. And then it says, are you new to Zypod? And it says a list of things that you can do, which is great. It's very easy to use. There's a long list of things that you can do to change it, do the user interface and add your podcasts and things like that. And at the bottom we have a play bar and no items in the playlist at the moment. So what I'm then going to do is go into the podcast directory. So it's loaded the directory. This I've found to actually be easier than iTunes when I used it. I'm just going to go, I don't know, geek, because I am a geek. So I'm going to go on Geek News. So I'm subscribing to Geek News Central. It's going to load a list of episodes from that XML thing, which is an RSS sort of feed. And it says lots of cool stuff going on in the science run, blah 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 blah. So just double click that, and it starts streaming it.
It's Friday, March 7th, and you're listening to the Geek News Central podcast.
It's Saturday, March 8th.
GoDaddy.com. Geek News Central is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network.
Yeah, that's really exciting. So there's all these episodes you can download, and then you can listen to them for free. So this one looks a little bit more in depth because it shows you how big they are and the duration. So that might be more handy when you put these on your iPod, because this application supports iPods as well. So you can actually put them on your iPod from this. Got several things. OPML is just a file that stores a load of RSS feeds or feeds that have got these in. So you can add a file, so you can back these up if you wish, and download them and stream them at a later date. And it's got now playing, so it shows you that it's quite nice to look at. It's got a nice interface. It tells you all about the one you're listening to, when it was posted, and several things about it. So if you don't want to keep this at this view, because this looks a lot like Windows Media Player 11 in terms of all the stuff at the bottom and things at the top, you can actually change the view here. Now you can minimise it and maximise it like you normally can, and this just does the options. But you'll notice with this you can actually change it, so you can have it in desk bar mode, which is basically a very short, very small box, and it tells you what to do in this box. So I can then just drag this to the top and have it as a toolbar, so I can play a podcast while I'm doing some work or something. And you can also have it in, which one did I show you? You've got player mode, which looks a little bit like Windows Media Player Classic version, and another version is well, it looks like just an extended version where you can choose your episodes and play it. And the last one is the main box. So this is Zypod. I just think it looks really nice, and it seems to work very well, and I like the way they've done everything, where when you first start it up it tells you exactly what to do, and you can access the directory, podcast directory, and start listening to your podcasts. So that's pretty much it. I'll provide the links to, well, I'm sure you know how to get iTunes, but I'll provide the link anyway. I'll provide the link to both of these in the description. And this is podcasting, and it's really cool, it's free, and it's something to do if you're bored as well. So thanks for watching my video. Please comment, rate, subscribe if you like my videos, and thanks again.